welcome back. In this week's short video, we will talk about how to write a bio for the Playbill. Many theaters will have playbills that include a short bio about each person in the show. They'll usually have your child's headshot next to their short biography. First and foremost, carefully read what is expected for the bio. Usually, the theater person in charge of the playbill will reach out to the cast and ask for a biography. Pay attention to the due date for this. Honestly, even if the due date is way off, go ahead and get it written within a couple of days of receiving that email, because we all know you're going to forget about it if you wait any longer than that. That email will get buried in your inbox and you'll be too busy getting your kid to zillions of rehearsals and everything else that goes along with being a theater parent. Do yourself and the person writing the playbill a favor and get it done before you forget. The other thing you'll want to read carefully is whether there are any limits on the length of the bio. Some theaters have deals with printing companies and therefore anything goes with the length. Others might have a strict playbill budget or have specific links that will fit in the layout of the playbill. Carefully read whether they're asking you to count characters or words. These are not the same thing, and as someone who has helped make playbills, these are very easy for people to get confused. I've had people work so hard to make what they thought was a meager biography longer because it was only 250 words. Then I have to write them back and ask them to make it a lot shorter. Use something like Word or Google Docs to help you find the length. No one has the time or patience to actually count words or characters. Thank goodness we have technology to help us out with that. When I get ready to write my daughter's bio, we usually write something about where she goes to school. I've heard members of the audience ooh and ah over how they can't believe how talented a certain actor is when they aren't even in high school yet. Or they like to see a connection because they go to the same school. Stuff like that. We also write something about her relationship to that specific theater. Is this her first time with that community theater? Or is it her 5th show with them? People like to know that too. Next, we try to highlight a few of her favorite roles. Depending on how many characters she has, we can adjust how many roles we mention. We usually stick to 2 or 3, but if we have space to fill, we can add more. If you're tight on space, it's more important to get the name of the role and the show than which theater held that production. If your child had a role with a name people might know, you can include that with the show. For example, you can say their favorite roles include Belle in Beauty and the Beast and Amber in Hairspray. But let's say your child has played a chimney sweep in Mary Poppins and a sea creature in The Little Mermaid. Mention it this way instead. David has appeared in Mary Poppins and The Little Mermaid. We also thank people who have helped her with her journey in theater. We usually thank her voice, dance, and acting teachers. Some people thank their family and friends for their support. I've seen some people add some funny or quirky things to their bio. This is a nice touch, especially if it's in keeping with the tone of the show. I think if a show was very heavy and serious, I might avoid anything too light in the bio. If you're going to be funny, be sure to include things that the audience will understand. Avoid inside jokes. Bios should be written in the 3rd person, so even if your child is writing their own bio, they should pretend someone else is writing about them. So rather than saying, "Thank you to my parents," you should write, "Susie is thankful for her parents' support." Also, I know we've seen this 1,000 times, so you think that means your bios are supposed to start with this, but try to avoid beginning with, "Joe is thrilled to be a part of this production." The audience probably already knows this, and if your child wasn't thrilled, you certainly wouldn't tell the audience. Tell them stuff they don't already know about you or your child. Other things to include if you still have characters left are anything important to your child. This might include where they were born, where they work, if they have a job, hobbies. People often seem to like people news. Also, if your child is older and they have their own business, you can find a tasteful way to mention that. You can think of it this way. For the audience, let them know just who it is who is playing that role. Has the audience seen them before, either here or somewhere else? And try to give the audience a taste of who your child is. You can do this by using humor or quotes or thanks. Some theaters don't allow thanks to be included in their bios, so make sure you follow those instructions. Also, the more professional the theater, the more professional the bio should be. Generally, bios in more professional theater playbills do not include thanks. One last thing to keep in mind, the arts community is generally very supportive of one another, so there are likely to be directors from other theaters in the audience. Your child's playbill bio can help the director remember them for future productions. It was a short video today, but I know this is something I struggle with, and I hope that this can help you the next time you have to write a playbill. If you found this helpful, give it a like and a share. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.